All right, so we're going to do some applications or actually just practice problems related to finding the area of a regular polygon. But here, up at the top of the page, you see the conjecture for regular polygon areas. And so the area of a regular polygon is given by the formula. We just talked about that in our last video. Was the area is A times S times N divided by 2, where capital A is the area, lowercase a is the apothem, S is the side length, and N is the number of sides. Now you might also see this formula written as the area is 1/2 times A times S times N. And that's similar to what we've talked about in a couple other formulas. I prefer the A times S times N divided by 2, but 1/2 times A times S times N would certainly be the same thing, so it could also be used. Now there's another version of this formula that we can look at as well. The length of each side times the number of sides, remember, is the perimeter. So if we use capital P to stand for the perimeter, so S times N is the perimeter, right? If you take the side length times the number of sides, that is the perimeter. So you could rewrite this formula with capital P to really stand for your, your S times N part. And then we just have our apothem that can go in here. And then, of course, we have to still divide by 2. All right, so the formula for area could be apothem times perimeter divided by 2. So if you're asked for the perimeter, that might be the formula that you want to use right there. Let's apply in some examples down below. All right, so we've got a regular pentagon here, and we've got the apothem and side length labeled there, and we're also given the apothem is 30 centimeters and the side length is 20 centimeters. Step 1, write out the formula. Area is equal to A times S times N divided by 2. Let's plug in what we know. All right, so our area, the apothem is 30 centimeters, so 30. Our side length is 20 centimeters, so times 20. And our number of sides, well, it's a pentagon, so that is 5 sides. Divided by 2. And now let's just crunch those numbers. So 30 times 20 times 5, that would be 3,000 divided by 2. And so that would be equal to 1,500. It is an area, so that would be 1,500 square centimeters in this problem, since centimeters is the length label. Example number 2. We have another regular polygon here. Let's count the number of sides. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There are 8 sides. It's an octagon. Area is equal to A times S times N divided by 2. So the area is, right, apothem is 10 feet, so 10. Side length is 4. Number of sides, we counted up 8. So 10 times 4 times 8 divided by 2. Crunch those numbers. 10 times 4 times 8 is 320. 320 divided by 2 is 160. 160. Now this one is using feet, so square feet would be the area. All right, so example 3, you're looking at a situation where it says find A, in other words, find the apothem, round to the nearest tenth, so that's kind of giving you a hint that this is going to turn out to be a decimal answer. And we're going to have to solve for that. Notice we're given the entire area, but we will start with the same formula. Area is equal to A times S times N divided by 2. Area is equal to, okay, what do we have? We do not have the apothem, so that's going to go as the letter A. We do have the side length, so that is 22. So times 22. And the number of sides, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So times 6 divided by 2. And actually, I shouldn't have put this A here because we actually have the area, and that is 400 square centimeters. All right, so there is our problem. Now it becomes a little bit of algebra. So let's go ahead, just like we did before, if we're going to solve right here, we usually are going to get rid of that denominator by multiplying. So we're undoing the division here by multiplying both sides by 2. So 2 times 400 would be 800 is equal to A times, let's just do this 22 times 6 right now. So 22 times 6 would be 132. All right, we already got rid of the 2 in the bottom. All right, next step, A times 132. So to get A by itself, we're going to undo that multiplication by dividing both sides by 132. And that's going to come out to a decimal, and rounding to the 10th place, we get 6.1. 800 divided by 132 is 6.1. So the apothem is approximately equal to 6.1 centimeters. Remember, it is a length here now, so just centimeters would be our final label. Example number 4. Find P. What does P stand for? Remember, that stands for the perimeter. So find the perimeter if the apothem is 10 and the area is 600 square feet. All right, so let's use our formula this time that we were talking about above. Let's use the one with the perimeter in it. So we have apothem times perimeter divided by 2. Remember, the perimeter is really just the side length times the number of sides. And it's asking for the perimeter, so we'll just use that simple version of the formula. All right, we know the area is 600, and we know the apothem is 10 feet. And we don't know the perimeter, divide by 2. All right, so let's do our algebra here. Again, to undo the dividing of 2, we're going to multiply both sides by 2. 2 times 600 is 1,200. And 1,200 is equal to 10 times P. And now we'll undo that multiplication by dividing both sides by 10, which cancels out the 10s, and our perimeter is now equal to 120. So perimeter is 120. Our label, remember, our perimeter is the distance around. It's a length, so just feet would be your final label, 120 feet.